Holzman back here with a project ATC70-125. Well, got the motor mounted, got the handlebars mounted, chain on. The reason we went with the different handlebars is, one is we don't like the welded on clamp there. Two is these handlebars are more of a straighter. It's a full-size guy that rides this, so we've got more of a straighter of the handlebars. They're actually a little longer, so it makes it a little bit easier for him, and they actually sit up taller, which is better for him being a tall guy. You know, I say tall, he's about average height. I still got to put the shims in here, stop that. Another thing that I have to do on here is the front fender rubs here on the head bolts, both sides. You can kind of see there. So what I'm going to do on this here is I'm going to pull the fender off. I'm going to drill me a couple more holes on both sides and move the front fender forward. That should give me what clearance I need. If I can't drill them far enough, then what I'll end up doing is making another bracket and just using a bracket and just moving the fender forward. I've got plenty of clearance back in here. That's a good 1.5 inch clearance, and I probably only need maybe a 1/2 inch. The only thing I got left is I got to do the wiring, do the intake here, mount the coil, mount the CDI, make sure there's no interference with the fuel tank onto the carburetor. A lot of times it's the height of the intake that interferes with this, because this being a longer cylinder head here, so there's an interference issue. But we'll find out once I get it on. If it's very, very minimal, I might be able to put a shim or two here, just to raise the back end up a little bit, and that may give me clearance, but I'll find out once I get to it. One thing I noticed, this uses a regular GY6 stator on it. Like I said, this here, this is just strictly runs off its own power. There's no battery to it. Having to put, if we got one with a starter, it was like $100 more than location of the battery and stuff like that. He didn't want that. But that's how we're looking so far. So far, everything's going pretty good. This is a direct bolt in, no problems. But one thing that I'm gonna have to let the customer know is needs a new rear sprocket. Let me get my flashlight here and move this over. That's one nice thing, is this thing's easy to move around. The rear sprocket needs replacing. It's just, you can look in there and see that it's gone. It's going to have to get replaced, because with the extra torque and stuff, that thing probably ain't going to last long. Idler, the chain tensioner there, it's you know, it's alright. It'll do for now. Chain needs, I'm probably going to end up pulling that chain back off and doing a good cleaning on it. I may talk to him into just go ahead and getting a new chain, a new sprocket, and let's put a new chain and sprocket on it, because we're already, you know, we got a perfect sprocket up front. The chain mesh is real good with it. You know, I could get by just using this chain, just a good soak and get it all cleaned up, but that rear sprocket has to be replaced. Still got to get the pegs mounted. And then the kickstart, that's going to be the fun part's going to be with the kickstart because of the fenders themselves. We may end up having to trim the fenders, or if I can get the kickstart where it can be done by hand with like a pulling motion instead of with a foot. But this thing here's got quite a bit of compression on it. It's not easy to turn by hand, so we'll kind of play it by ear and go from there. But anyway, this is Oldsman here. Questions or comments, feel free to leave them below, and get back to you as soon as I get some more finished up. Thank you.